Deion Sanders' message after Colorado's blowout loss at Oregon: "You better get me right now." Colorado head football coach Deion Sanders sat down at his post-game news conference here Saturday with his usual sunglasses, jewelry and self-assurance, never once letting up on his trademark confidence despite what happened here Saturday against Oregon. His Buffaloes got demolished by the Ducks, 42-6. It was his first loss in charge of Colorado, 3-1. And it was never even close despite the national Cinderella story his team had become after Colorado finished 1-11 in 2022. "One thing I can say honestly and candidly, you better get me right now," Sanders said. "This is the worst we're gonna be. You better get me right now." He called it a good old-fashioned butt-kicking and said, "We are all accountable for this. Let's start with me." But he also said he was looking at the bigger picture. "I know I have on shades, but I can see the future and it looks good," he said. Sanders even brushed off comments made before the game by Oregon coach Dan Lanning, who made a stark contrast between his team of substance and the Hollywood flash of Sanders and Colorado. "The Cinderella story is over, man," Lanning told his players before the game, as shown on ABC. "They're fighting for clicks. We're fighting for wins. There's a difference, right? There's a difference. This game ain't gonna be played in Hollywood. It's gonna be played on the grass." He acknowledged hearing about it. "Yeah, I got messengers," he said. "God bless him, though, man. He's a great coach. He did a great job. God bless him. Take their shots. They won. I don't shoot. They won." He also said the difference between number 19 Colorado and number 11 Oregon was definitely not a talent gap, but confirmed he believed his team is 7 or 8 good players away from where they need to be. "I don't say stuff just to say it, for a click, contrary to what somebody say," Sanders said, referring to Lanning. "I keep receipts." At the same time, he acknowledged that his high-profile personality plays a role in how his team is perceived. "Teams are trying to beat me," he said. "They're not trying to beat our team. They keep forgetting I'm not playing anymore. I had a great career. That's what it really is. I signed up for it, so let's go." Some might argue that makes it tougher on his players. Sanders disagreed. "These are grown men," the Pro Football Hall of Famer said. "I'm not out there. If I was out there playing against every coach Colorado played against, we would be totally dominant." Oregon quarterback Bo Nix completed 28 of his 33 passes for 276 yards and 3 touchdowns, leading the way for an Oregon team, 4-0, that scored touchdowns on its first 3 possessions and led 35-0 at halftime. By contrast, Sanders' son, Shedeur, struggled at quarterback as the Colorado offensive line gave up 7 sacks in front of a loud green and yellow crowd of 59,889.